Good morning, everyone. I'm turning up the volume. Okay. Hi. So here we go. I had a little bit of an argument with my daughter this morning, and sometimes I get into conflict and I think that I resolve it, and it turns out that I have not made myself understood. So it was clear this morning that um, I have an expectation that people take care of their uh, property and belongings. And by taking care of their belongings, I mean that they know where their belongings are and that when they're not using them, they put their stuff away. And my solution to leaving stuff scattered around is to move it into a pile close to where it was in the way, but so that it's not so much in the way. And this is a conflict avoidant solution because it doesn't teach anything. And so my children have learned from my behavior that I'm just going to quietly move their stuff and sometimes throw it in the garbage and make it impossible for them to find. And from their point of view, I can totally understand. In fact, I kind of remember feeling this way as a teenager myself. Um, and I'm just was totally surprised that my gentle action of putting things away, or sometimes if it looks like it's clearly garbage to me, putting it away in the garbage, especially if it's like lying around on the floor forever. Oh boy. All right. So my daughter said to me, just tell me to put it away. And I balked at that because I don't want to have to tell people to take care of their things when that's just a given. Take care of your things, put your things away. Don't leave your things in the middle of space where other people are going to come across it and not have room to use the space themselves. Um, for me, it's just so obvious it didn't even need to be said. But my children are children, and they're used to me just kind of quietly picking up after them and their stuff magically appearing in their rooms and in their minds. I bet they think that they are the ones who put it there. Anyway, my daughter is very mad at me because this is not funny. Well, it is funny to me, but it's not really that funny. Um, so her school works on 2-year cycles. And at the end of the 2 years, they're tested on the entire 2 years worth of material. And not just to her school, but that's how we do it in our province. It's silly. But, and it's new. So it's not like I grew up with that. So she brought home a bag full of papers and notes, but in a very disorganized, like just a bag of like crumpled, disorganized, loose leafed papers. And she said at some point, don't throw this away. I need this. But I didn't understand why she needed it. And I shoveled that information away into the back of my brain and I completely forgot. And this bag of papers just kind of hung around her room all summer last summer. And then at some point I wanted to wash her floor and I couldn't because there was a bunch of stuff all over her floor. So I picked up the bag amongst other things and put it in the hallway just in front of her room so that I could wash the room floor. And we got that done. And I didn't put the bag of papers back into her room on the floor because I didn't know where it belonged. And I had just washed the floor and I didn't want the floor to look like a big mess. So then the bag of papers stayed in the hallway in front of all the bedrooms for weeks. And I finally got completely fed up and I put it in the garbage. I was like, this is old school stuff. She can't possibly need it. We're going to throw it away. I did that. I threw it away. And then months later, it turns out that she actually did need it to review for the material from the previous year. And she's so mad at me because it's still affecting her now during her exam time. But she cannot see my point of view. She cannot see that it bothered me that she had a disorganized bag of crumpled papers on her floor for months. Anyway, this morning at some point she was like, just tell me to move things. But this morning she had lost her pencil case somewhere in the house. And I remember the pencil case was on the dining room table for days. And we kept moving it from spot to spot so that we could eat supper. And then I got fed up and I picked it up and I put it somewhere else. But then I forgot where I put it because, ADHD, I'm not remembering my stuff either. And it's not my stuff. So it wasn't supposed to be there. And that's the thing that I focused on. So this morning she felt in a rush and she was looking for her pencil case and I had no help to give her whatsoever. She found it within a few seconds because it wasn't moved far. But I think she had that moment of like, did you throw out my pencil case? Like you threw out my important school papers. And she was mad about that, even though that's not what happened. And then I got mad at her back because she was mad at me because she didn't take care of her stuff in my mind. You see how this just goes back and forth and back and forth. Anyway, I meditated, I calmed myself, and I sent her a text saying that I'm sorry I got her all riled up before school. And then I sent her a pretty picture of bleeding heart flowers. Hopefully she'll get a little I love you, but like, message from that. And yeah. I did find myself saying to her at some point that it is my responsibility to keep the house clean. And so when people leave their stuff around, it makes it harder for me to do my job, right? And maybe that'll sink in. Maybe that will help her see where I'm coming from. Because from right now, I really feel like she doesn't believe that I have any business touching her things, moving her things, looking at her things, even if they're like, I'm trying to chop a tomato next to it, right? So I hope she doesn't stay mad forever, although it's been months. Anyway, I hope I don't stay mad forever. I just really want her to see my point of view. I'm frustrated. Not really mad, I'm just frustrated. My mother wrote a poem years and years and years ago when I was 14. And it was exactly about this inability to see each other's points of view. So I'm understanding now, Mom. Okay. I hope your day starts with less frustration than mine. And even if it does, I hope you find some peace from it. Okay? Okay. I'll see you later. Bye.